Rummikube is the game where you try and get rid of all your tiles before anyone else, and today we're going to walk you through how to play. Included in this video, we're going to do how to set up the game, how to win, and how to play, as well as stay to the end for the additional rules so you know everything you need to know before you get started. Let's work on the setup first. Go ahead and place all the tiles face down just like I have done here. Each player is going to take 14 tiles and add it to their board. Notice as I'm adding tiles to the board, you can't see it, and this is good because you don't want your opponents to see what you have. Now that everyone has 14 pieces, you are each going to draw a tile, and whoever has the largest number gets to go. This player drew a 11, meaning that they will go first. Tiles back together, and you are ready to play. The point of the game is to get rid of your tiles as quickly as possible, and the first person to get rid of all of their tiles wins. You can get rid of tiles by placing down set. These are 3 of a kind or a run. If you can't lay down though, you have to pick up a tile. So let's go ahead and talk about gameplay. For the gameplay, you don't want your opponents to see your pieces, but for this video, I'll go ahead and lay this down for you so you can see what everyone has in their hand. Your first laydown has to add up to at least 30 points. So let's look at what each player has in their hand to give you an idea of what this would look like. Organize these. So this would be this 2, 3, 4. This is considered a run, and it's all the same color, and they're all consecutive numbers. If we did 3, 3, 3, this would be a set, and they're all different colors, and there's at least 3 of them. So you'll notice with all of these sets, there are at least 3 of each set that you could lay down. If it's only 2, you're not able to lay it down, and that's not a valid play. You can have more than 3. For example, you can have a run from 1 all the way to 13, all in one color, and that's a 13-piece set. For this player, they can lay down on their first roll because they have 3 10s. That's a set of 10s, and there's a total of at least 30 points. So 30 points, plus you have the 2, 3, 4, so that's 7, 8, 9. So 39 points total if it was their turn. Let's look at what they have. This person does have a set of 1s, but the set of 1s doesn't add up to 30. So they can play this later in the game, but first they have to play 30 on their first turn to lay down. Because they can't lay down anything, they have to pick up a tile. Now they have 3 13s they can play on their next roll. This person can lay down the 3 11s. And let's see what else they can do now that they have that. They can do the 3 7s. They can also, because they've laid down their first move, they can also use these pieces if they can. But if they take this, they have to replace it with something. You can't just leave a group as a twosome. They just barely got a wild. Let's talk about what a wild is. A wild means you can use this with any tile that you would like, and it can be used for any color. Even though it's black, you can still use it for blues if you'd like. But because they drew this tile, you can't lay down a tile on the same turn that you draw it, so you can just go ahead and place it on your board. Until you do your first move, you can't use any of these other pieces. So for example, they have a 1 and 2. They could place that in front. If they already had their first pieces laid down, they could lay that down in front and use this one to complete this set. But since they don't have anything laid down, they just have to keep on drawing tiles until they do get something they can lay down. This person finally gets to do their first play. They have 3 13s, which is over 30 points. And because they have their first play done, they can also add, no, it's not good. And if they had something to add here, like this 1 and 2, they also have a 5, so they can replace this one with a 5. And now they can use this wild however they like. For example, 7, 8, 9 if they wanted, or even add all that over here, which they could, because of this, because this is so long, you can split them up. You've got, as long as there's at least 3 in each group, you can split this up, and this person can take this 4 to play with their 4. Got a 5 right here. It looks like that's everything this player can play for this turn. So their turn is now over. They tell everyone, okay, my turn's over. and the next player gets to go. Now they have this 8, but because this set already has a red 8, they can't place their own red 8, so they have to hold on to that. So it would be the next person's turn. And this process continues. The first person to lay down all of their tiles wins. Additional rules. Now for a set to be played, it has to have at least 3 pieces. You can take pieces away from a set as long as you can rearrange. If there is more than 3, you can use one of the pieces without having to worry about replacing it. But if you take away one from a set of just 3, you do have to worry about how you're going to replace or take care of the 4 and 5, because you can't have 2 tiles just by themselves. It needs to be at least 3. You can split pieces if you need to, as long as one of the groups is still at least 3 pieces. It can be 4 and 3, but it does need to be at least 3 in each pile. In addition, when it comes to sets, you can't use multiple colors in the same set. You are only allowed to have 1 color of each in each set. This is a rule that I didn't know till I was older. My house rule is that you can have as many as long as they're of the same number, you can have as many as you want. So it's okay to have 2 blues in this set. But the official rules are no, you can't do that. That wraps up the additional rules for you. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please leave a like on this video, and then also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I do how-to videos as well as strategy and review videos on this channel, so go ahead and check that out. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your time and enjoy playing Rummikube. It's a great game. This is Scout. She wants to say hi to you, apparently. Good girl, okay? Good job. Good girl. Be good.